First of all, congratulations to Milano for winning the game. And to me, very good efforts on the defensive end. Pretty satisfied with the defensive end of this game, and that was very important for us because Milano is obviously a very good offensive team, ranking 4th in the league on offense, and it was important for us to be tight there defensively. Happy about the job that the guys did. Offensively, often it comes down to making shots and missing shots. We missed quite a few bunnies. I think we were like in the 40s somewhere in the 2-point percentage. And without watching video, it felt like there was a lot under the rim. It took us a while to make some shots there. And, also free throws uncharacteristically, shot them below percentage. So, sometimes making a shot is the difference. But, respect to our guys for the efforts. At the end of the day, it doesn't give us anything, though. Because a win is a win, a loss is a loss.
Jonai?
Hi, Coach. You mentioned making shots. How much did you miss Thomas Walker shot making tonight? Because he was 0 for 5.
I would say in a tight game like this, one misses, every potential shot that one could have made. So can't talk about Tom though. Tom gives us so much, and one thing is for sure with a professional basketball player and Tom, like nobody misses on purpose. So it happens, and but it wasn't only him missing shots,
Mindaugai?
Coach, I'm sure you heard Paulius Motiejūnas screams to referees in the end of the game. How important were some calls in your point of view?
I thought the refereeing crew did a good job, and that didn't decide the game.
Donatai?
Coach, talking about the offensive numbers, my colleagues mentioned Tom. For example, Grigonis and Giorgio had their kind of usual numbers. I was thinking which players' offensive influence and the boost you missed the most in this game tonight.
I would say Arturo Milagnes. And again, this is not a thing that I'm, gonna bring up like Arturo Milagnes excuse. No, by no means. But fact is, I think you said it. I wasn't even aware that his offensive net rating is the highest of the team, and plays a role, right? It's not only the points that he scores, it's especially the spacing that he creates and the fact that he has to be guarded everywhere and opens up spaces for others. But again, hey, this is what it is, and we're not dwelling on it. We just have to figure out ways how to put the ball in the rim, and we'll be fine.
Jonai?
Coach, many of us, including myself, that was the first time we saw technical being handed out for running out of bounds. What was your reaction when you saw that Marius was awarded technical for doing thing like that?
The referee warned us before. One is, by basketball rules, not allowed to run out of bounds. So just for everybody to know this rule. And he warned us before, so I can't be too mad about it. I will say, and I will not pay a fine for this. I will say that obviously, running out of bounds is also something that gets caused by a defender, pushing you out of bounds. I felt that was the case, and that's the case. What it is on turnout plays like that. The defense get into your body and you get pushed out of bounds. So that's part of it too. I'm by no means attacking Marius. This is weird. It would have been extremely weird if it would have come out of nowhere. I will be fair though; they did warn us on it, so that's it. But I haven't, although the rule is like it is, I have never experienced an execution like that, so there it is.
Donati?
Coach Messina mentioned that he actually took some sets from your playbook during the season. Did you notice which sets he took from you, and did he use these things, this strategy during the game?
First of all, I want to say that Coach Messina was my idol when I grew up, and I really watched him, and that's the one person. So I'm not very star shocked, generally speaking, have never been, and am also not with Coach Messina. But my respect for him is huge, especially because of the reason that I really studied him more than anybody else. Like 10 years ago, I was in Madrid and watched his practices. I watched every coach clinic of him, and it's always been the coach I idolized, to be very honest. And it's also a team that I watch very closely because of that. I want to say that, and that's very nice to hear.
Donati?
Coach, looking aside, at what moment recently team looked a bit exhausted and had a, let's say, tough stretch, but how much confident you are right now after this week when you took down Villeurbanne as well, that when you also had a close game with Milano before the playoff race?
Again, we discussed this after the last game. The management of the bodies, the management of the minutes, the management of the loads is a very, very big key right now. For us, the two games coming up in LKL are big in this respect. Just because the main focus right now, also chronologically, is making the playoffs in the EuroLeague. So to answer your question, I'm very confident. I'm very confident that our guys will be good and the bodies will be right and we will be rested enough. But it is something that is almost a science. One has to be really, really thoughtful. The backroom staff is doing an excellent job, and therefore I'm very confident that we'll get the bodies on the floor healthy and energetic.
Donati?
I just wanted to make a quick add. I was asking more about the game level, how much happy you were with this week, and watching guys playing on the level like this in the last two games.
Excuse me. I'm very happy. I mean, the defensive efforts again in both games I thought were good. Were good, and that's what it comes down to. So yeah, I can answer that question with happy about the energy. I know the minutes are big, but look, this is what it is, and this is the beauty of the situation, that we're fighting for the playoffs, and this is exactly the situation that we want to be in. Also, adrenaline plays a big role in this phase. Guys will be good. I'm happy.
Mindaugai?
Coach Steve Vasturia didn't play this week. Can you tell what advantages does Karolis Lukošiūnas bring, and why did you choose to let him play over Steve?
Very, very difficult question. The one thing that Karo brings, opposed to Steve, they're very different players. And Karolis is stylistically more similar to Milas, saying that you can come off screens in order to shoot or create something off that little shooting advantage, and therefore the decision went in that direction. I will repeat, and always keep repeating this, Steve is a very important part of this team, extremely important part of this team. Only stylistically a different player. I feel we've got enough guys running the pick and roll, and again, without Milas, the shooting and coming off screens is missing a little bit. So that's the logical explanation. Is the decision making right or wrong? When we win, we say yes. When we lose, you ask the question, but that's also the challenge of my job. Want to say though, Steve is extremely important for us, and Steve will lock minutes in the future for us.
Sibet lažybos! Lošimo automatai! Ruletė. Neatsakingas lošimas gali sukelti priklausomybę.